All right, good morning, folks. Today is the 15th of October, 2025. Hope you all doing well today. Uh, Here we have the tropical Atlantic, right? When we have Lorenzo out here, you would think this is Lorenzo, right? But I think this is what's left over of Jerry, really. A lot of convection ongoing there. Lorenzo is languishing out here in the tropical Atlantic. Um, Not forecast to survive much longer. Doesn't look very healthy at all. Um, so, and what's going to happen in the tropics eventually? We're going to have maybe one more system that may have a chance developing. This is your tropical wave, low rider here. Forecast generally move this way, potentially develop in this area. All right. Aside from that, the tropics, I think, will be done after that, at least for the Atlantic. Uh, you never know, of course, but you know, we're in the middle of October, and it's just climatology doesn't support much more. So this is a favorite area for climatology for development. So um, that's that. If we look at the visible short wave over Lorenzo, this is like a proxy viz, right? I can't really make out where the circulation is this morning. I would think it's generally in this area, if it exists at all anymore. Um, so let's switch to the IR satellite view real quick. Yeah, just I don't know. It may not be tropical cyclone right now. We'll find out at 5 a.m. Um, this is the 5 a.m. 8 p.m. track update information for Lorenzo. This is showing to be a tropical storm until Thursday and then dissipate, right? And if we go back, Lorenzo, 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm over the north-northwest at 10 knots. All right. So when we talk about the tropics, we also get a tropical outlook every Tuesday, and this came out yesterday. Um, you see the heavily favored area for development in the Caribbean Sea here, the 22nd through the 28th. Greater than 40% chance of development here. So the Climate Prediction Center feels like this is the most favored area, and I would agree with that. So, um, moving on to the ensembles. What do they show with development here? Let's go back. Having a problem with my microphone this morning. Sorry, guys. Let's go back to 0 hours here. Let's move it up a little bit. 120 hours. This is the Google DeepMind. Um, doesn't really show anything developing here in the Caribbean until 8 days from now. And even then, it's all over the place, but there's quite a few models, ensemble members that want to develop something. So keep that in mind. And then we look at another Google Mind GenCast artificial intelligence model. Moving through time here is the 20th. It finally wants to develop a few, and several members develop something here in the extreme Western Caribbean, Southwestern Caribbean Sea. kind of just hangs around there. This is 13 days out. This is the GFS ensembles. This is starting on the 17th, which is a few days from now. Here's Lorenzo is gone, right? You have it wants to really get something going here right before the Windward Islands. Then, of course, kind of uncertain at that point where it's going to go, but um, it may be projecting two different systems here because there's more than the ensemble members existing at this point on this map. So either way, it's pretty far out. So what is the European ensemble show? This is the what is going on here? It doesn't have more than 144 hours out for today. So this is where it ends. If we go to 18Z, which is the prior day, we can go further with it, hopefully. Well, let's go to 12Z, see what it was showing. They want to develop it pretty quickly here yesterday. So let's see if I can go back to today's run. See it. We still only have, let's go 204. We can't go that far out. That stinks. But you see what's going on here. I think most of the ensembles have a good handle on that something's going to develop in this area. It's just, it's a long way out and it's really hard to predict at this point. So we'll just have to stay tuned and see what happens there. Uh, as we all know, the waters in the Caribbean are extremely warm. They were kind of untouched this year. So if we do to get something going here, it taps into a lot of energy. And if the conditions are right, we could get a strong system developed down here. So stay tuned for that. That's all I got in the tropics. Next, I'm going to go over the Continental U.S. forecast, highlighting the severe weather possibilities coming up, and more of a long-range outlook. Okay, here's the Continental U.S. satellite loop, infrared, water vapor. Let's do long wave IR here. We have upper level low out here in the Western Atlantic. You have this low that's coming on shore today, which brought severe weather to California yesterday. Snow to the Sierra Nevada and to the Intermountain West area, and some moisture still streaming up this way. A precip ongoing here, and northern tier of the United States. Otherwise dry down here in the southeast. So let's look at the mid levels. This is a good proxy for flow in the atmosphere, right? It's a pretty cool look here. You can see the mountains, all these little wavy lines here. It impacts the flow. Pretty interesting to watch there. That is pretty cool, isn't it? See that right there? um, this is your low level, your mid level low going this, or upper level low going this way. You can see the general flow here, right? You're going like this, into here. This low is forecast to lift up this way, and then another low is forecast to a dip in the jet streams forecast to develop here and move generally this way, right? And if we turn to the radar overlaid here, it's just some ongoing storms here on the California coast. Not as much as yesterday. And into the mountains of the Sierra Nevadas here, the mountains of Sierra Nevada range, Northern California, and Intermountain West. Some precip ongoing in the desert Southwest here. And again, for the Great Lakes area. So if we switch over to the national radar, see the same thing here. Looks like we got some snow going on up here, way up north here, and along into the Intermountain West. Now, the big talk in the weather world, there's been severe weather possibilities coming up on Saturday night. So we're going to focus on that right now, and go over the severe weather outlook for the week, and looking at the categorical outlook for today. We have a general chance of thunderstorm in the middle of a marginal risk in the Colorado, Mexico, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming. Small 2% tornado risk down here in northern New Mexico and Colorado. The larger wind risk and hail risk. For day 2, that hail risk moves to the east. No tornado risk right now, or less than 2%. And really only a hail risk tomorrow. Then if we look at day 3, as that system moves to the south, southeast, marginal risk in the central U.S., which is a general low risk, and that's categorical, so we don't know what modes are the most important there, but mostly probably wind risk, although a low tornado risk is a possibility too, and maybe some hail. So then we look at the rest of the severe weather outlook here. Probabilistic, that's day 3. Day 4, day 5, you see what we're talking about here with the 15%. Any severe risk. This is Saturday. So this is really the biggest impact day, at least for severe weather, at least as of right now. We don't have any more outlooked areas after that. So let's go over the synoptic flow associated with this. Okay. This event. This is moving into Saturday, right? You have these two. I know this is hard to see. Let me make this a little bigger. All right. So this is Saturday, right? Um, so you have what looks like where the boundary, the cold front moving to the south here, right? And you have a low pressure at the surface up here, and you have moisture stream to the north here in this area, right? Because the surface low is moving to the north here and is not associated with is further removed from the really warm, moist air mass. I would say that directional shear is the biggest threat with this cold, and it's a pretty strong cold front moving through. So the biggest threat is probably wind with this event, not necessarily tornadoes. That could change, but let's go back. And what's driving this is the jet stream, and these are 500 millibar mid-level wind flow, right? You have a streak of enhanced flow moving through it, right? Although, let me bring, although it doesn't really swing through until after it passes that area. So I, let me see. This is a reflection. Let's move on to that's, I'm not so, I'm looking at this and looking at the enhanced flow. What I want to do is add a 300 HPA wind to this, which is the really jet stream aloft here on Saturday. We have what looks like, I don't know, sorry for the silence there. I'm just looking at this closer. You have enhanced flow here Sunday at 12Z, which is late, late, late in the evening here, moving through um, the general threat area. Okay. And this is what the IR satellite is depicting what it'll look like at the same time. You see the convection further east here, right? And how it outpaces the forcing, right? So I I don't know. Um, I'm not that confident at this point about the severe weather potential here in that area. Although the dew points are going to be high, this model, the European, doesn't seem to be that bullish here with the convective mode or the jet stream aloft. Although it seems, I don't know, it doesn't seem that. I don't know. Sunday at 06Z has some enhanced flow here. Uh, so we'll just have to wait till the event gets a little closer. Maybe the models will show a little bit more resolution at this. This is really Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is day 3. Interesting. I don't know. We'll just have to come back to this and tomorrow revisit it and see where we're at, I guess. So I'm uncertain about that. Sorry guys, but that's the way it is. Um, what are the current hazards for today? You have a dense fog advisory here for a good portion of the um, northern plains. Winter weather advisory for parts of Wyoming. Another dense fog advisory here in gosh darn it. I keep having a problem with the states, guys. Sometimes I forget. I don't know what's going on, but one of these days I'll have them all nailed down. Freeze warning for these areas, winter weather advisory, and winter storm warning for the Sierra Nevadas, right? And so winter's coming, guys. All right. So going back to this, let's look at the excessive rainfall outlook, shall we? So this is for today through 12Z. Let me look at this here, make sure. This is 12Z today till 12Z tomorrow. All right. So marginal risk. I guess they fixed it so it's a little bit more on time here. Used to be where I would look at this and it'd be behind. Anyway, 12Z today to 12Z tomorrow. Marginal risk of excessive rainfall here, Colorado, New Mexico. Day two, that excessive rainfall risk moves into North Dakota and Montana. Nothing for day three. Nothing for day four. And as the front moves to the south here, you have a marginal risk. It's going to be pretty progressive though. So that's probably why the marginal risk is not that high. Risk of excessive rainfall is not that high. Marginal risk not that high. Lord. Eh. um, so the daily rainfall totals, right? Um, you don't have a lot of areas here, and like we showed you on the map a minute ago, excessive rainfall going to happen. But if we do get some, up here, day one, let me see. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, the bullseye here in Nebraska, all in North Dakota. That's where we had the marginal risk. Um, Let me go back. I don't understand this. Really bizarre. Day two. This is Trolley Thursday through Trolley Friday. I don't know. And this daily one, right? It has just the most up here. So I don't know what the heck's going on with this. So let's go do this. Day one, 6 hours, most rainfall, right? Moving north here, then moving to the north with that system, right? Day two, most rainfall here, right? Let me take the radar off. Moving to the north with that system, right? And then moves into Canada mostly. And day three, going back, as that system moves southeast, the front, and pulls moisture to the north, you see the most rainfall is. So that's definitely a better depiction of the moisture here. Definitely. So sorry about that, but I noticed it was off. Want to make sure you guys got the right information. So um, moving on to the 6 to day temperature probability outlook. Cooler than normal temps expected here out in the west, with warmer than normal pretty much east of the Rockies. Um, Enhanced moisture here to the in the south, into the mid-Atlantic, and into the Mississippi Valley, along with in the northern interior of the U.S. and the southwest, drier than normal expected. 8 to 14 day, the 22nd to the 28th, expected to be above normal for most of the U.S. at this point, and drier than normal for the central U.S., parts of the southwest, and the northern high plains, and bookends chances of above normal precip and day through 14, right? 22nd through 28. What the temp's going to look like? Let's bring this up here. Uh, Quite warm today for a good portion of the U.S. As we see that system lift to the north here, it's going to kind of draw the moisture to the north, along with warmer temps. You have Gulf Mexico moisture moving in, right? Okay, so moving through time, you see what happens. Temperatures surge warmer further north. They kind of pinch off and move to the east. And then by Sunday, excuse me, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. The warmer temps are relegated to the southern interior of the United States, but quickly rebound and then cool like off again. So quite nice for the northern tier here. Even in the south, it's not bad. southern Texas and southern Florida, of course, remain kind of warm. Um, Minimum temperatures. The minimum temperatures, maximum minimum temperatures are just, pretty much in line with the high temps. So, when you have warmer temps during the day, typically, when more moisture, you have warmer temps at night, right? Typically. But quite cold in Intermountain West, even in the Northeast, quite cold, below freezing. Better wear your coats. My mom was up in New York visiting my brother this week, so hope she brought some warm clothes. Sorry, mom. And um, you have the cooler temps. You could see where they're pushing to the south here, right? And where they eventually, when you get towards the end of the period, remember where you saw it warm up again up here in this area? Temps at night kind of warm up a little bit, but gonna be in the 50s here in Georgia. Gonna enjoy that. It's quite chilly. Gonna have to wear a jacket. But yeah, definitely fall is coming, guys, and the secondary severe weather season is upon us. I'm gonna have to really dig into the modeling and understanding the dynamics going on with this potential system here. I'm not overly impressed though right now. So that being said, you always need to be prepared for severe weather. I don't care where you live, except if you live in Alaska, and even then, you could see what happened a few days ago that they get impacted too, but by other types of severe weather: wind, rain, snow. So anyway, hope you